So, of course, folks, while the city sleeps, we never do. This is none other than KH Bombom. That's correct. KH Bombom, an infamous Instagram model, an interesting person, because KH Bombom's real name is, of course, Alisson Menjivar. That's correct. Notice the very interesting resemblance, because, of course, it is the same person. KH Bombom, real, actual, legal name is Alisson Menjivar. Now, the interesting part about this is Miss Menjivar, as it's called, is officially quite a large person of interest, because the interesting thing about this was they tried to delete all of their TikTok profiles, and similar profiles online. And she's a best friend. In fact, she's engaged to be married to one man by the name of Juan Galarza. And that would be Mr. Juan Galarza's younger brother, Juan Galarza. He's about 23-something years old, essentially. And the interesting part about Juan Galarza's older brother, Juan Galarza, is he works directly at Illinois State University in the official recruitment center and recruitment department. So now, the interesting part about that is Mr. Juan Galarza is now tied directly to Matt Everett, a different Matt Everett, because Matt Everett has a cousin named Matthew C. Everett that lives essentially in Illinois, of all places. And where is KH Bombom essentially located? Where was she located exactly? She is located, very interestingly, hiding identity, all those different things, but she is located where else? Elgin, Illinois. And she's from Chicago, essentially. Married and engaged, of course, to Juan Galarza Jr., the younger Galarza. But wait, it gets better than that. Juan Galarza, who is with Illinois State University, is officially friends. Yes, that's correct. Very good friends with Matthew C. Everett, who went to none other than the Illinois State University. Matthew C. Everett. Very interesting individual he is. Now this is just Matthew B. Everett, of course. We'll get to him later. He's the direct cousin of Matthew C. Everett. Now Matthew C. Everett, he deleted his profiles, interestingly enough. But he's the direct cousin, of course, of Matthew B. Everett. And most importantly, he has an interesting history that will be explored for just a moment. Matthew C. Everett, he lives in none other than Rochelle, Illinois. Very, very, very close, as in direct neighbors, essentially. Maybe a few blocks away, something like that, from Jelani Day. That's correct. The interesting part about all of this is he grew up originally in Michigan. course, because he's the direct cousin of Matt Everett from Phoenix, Arizona, he grew up apparently in a place called Temperance, Michigan. So he's a big-time podcaster, essentially. But here's another interesting fact, just real quick, about Matthew C. Everett. He is the neighbor of Kimberly Ariagga. And Kimberly Ariagga is, of course, best friends with none other than KH Bombom, but also very commonly known as none other than Alisson Menjivar. Comes originally from Puerto Rico. So, this essentially means that at this point, Matthew C. Everett, of course, Alisson Menjivar, and their direct friend who was with them is a very big person of interest. Of course, since Mr. Galarza works directly at Illinois State University. Of course. And, you know, it's ironic because he lived many, many years in Libertyville, Illinois, and Rochelle, Illinois. He's directly next to Jelani's address, you know, and all of that. So at this point, you know, Mr. Galarza and Matthew C. Everett in particular are major persons of interest for various reasons, because they appear to have been directly there at the scene when Jelani suddenly vanished after his little visit to the dispensary. And of course, Matthew C. Everett and this other woman, Menjivar, essentially, they were neighbors that lived right next door. You can't even make that up. They lived a few blocks down from where Jelani went to school all the time. And then, of course, Mr. Galarza is on the faculty at Illinois State University. So we will say that these are major, major persons of interest. One of them was probably with the suspect who killed Jelani. So thank you once again